Russia grimly surveys the battlefield. As Santa begins his turn 2, they're counterattacking, folks. They're out in the open. We got them where we want them. Alright, in all seriousness, I'm playing the Russian attackers. My girlfriend Jennifer is playing Santa's North Pole Defense Force. So let's see what happens here on her turn 2. Right now, she's got her Polar Bear Heavy Cavalry trying to knock that T-64 out that is threatening her left wing. So Polar Bears count as Heavy Cavalry, therefore they get a D8 versus my D10. She gets more dice than I do, but my dice tend to be larger. So far, she's only scored 1 hit out of her all of her Polar Bears. However, remember, Russian vehicles do require 2 hits to knock out. Alright, so now the Polar Bear Brigade Commander rolls a bigger dice, because he's a better figure. And boom, 9 versus 3. She scores the 2nd hit on the T-64. So we're going to go ahead and flip over the T-64. Please don't break off my machine gun. Alright, there we go. Okay, continuing with the action over here on Santa's left wing. We have some more fire coming down on my BMP. Coming from Justin, you see him there on the roof. He's trying to hit that BMP. Man, I swear that BMP has survived everything short of a tactical nuke so far. However, that BMP, in all honesty, sorry Jen, is only supposed to be rolling a D8, so let me get the right size dice. Okay, her 7 there does beat the 6. So that is going to count. Okay, that shot misses, but she did score 1 hit. That will register as 1 hit on the BMP. Again, Russian vehicles do require 2 hits. Next, we're going to have the Christmas Teddy Bear Force there, led by Marine Corps Toys for Tots Bear. A 10 versus 2. Go Marine Corps. How did I know Marine Corps would finally get the job done? That will, obviously, a 10 is higher than a 2. That's the 2nd hit on my BMP. That knocks out the BMP. Finally! Okay, now we've got the last Teddy Bear there shooting at some of my infantry. Again, they count as heavy infantry, so they roll D6s versus my D4s. There you go. Alright, here we are starting Russian turn 3. And I am starting off, as usual, with my indirect fire assets. So my force includes 2 mortar tubes and a BM-21 Grad multiple launch rocket system. You betcha I'm putting everything on the Bumble Snow Beast because that guy is mad OP. You can see where he's rolling a D20 versus my D6s, D8s, occasionally a D10. All my D12 assets have already been knocked out. So yeah, it's definitely an uphill battle, but one of these times I'm going to get lucky and knock down Bumble. I did do it in the previous part of this video, link in the description. However, Santa does have a limited magical ability. He allows his army 3 rerolls a game. So Jen has so far used up 2 of her rerolls. Oh, okay. My other BMP scored an 8 versus her 7. That is a Bumble kill. Will Jen use up her last Santa's reroll to bring back her most powerful figure? She says yes. She gets a second chance to beat that 8 and fails with a 6. That does it. Bumble is now down, legit, on camera for the first time in 8 years. No more Santa's magic rerolls. That does it. Bumble is down. I put him on his furry white ass once and for all.
I tell you, you're looking at a mighty humble Bumble.
Now, in all honesty, that did require just about all the heavy firepower in my force. I used up my mortars, I used up my Grad, I used up my 2nd BMP, but I finally got the job done. I still have a T-55, a few infantry, but that's it. That was about 2/3 of my remaining army spent on knocking down Bumble. Still, that's the most powerful unit in Santa's army. We look over here on the card. Yeah, we see where he rolls a D20. However, I've knocked him down now. We see where Santa's magic times 3 rerolls. Jen has now used up all 3 of her rerolls. I'm definitely losing on figures, but the tide may have turned because what I have left just might be able to turn this game around. The Russians are making a run at it. Here we go. Beginning of Santa's turn 3. We're going to see if Jen can sort of redress the situation. I've pushed forward with my armor, what I have left, a T-55 and a BMP-1. Usually those are the first 2 things to blow up on a modern battlefield. Here they're the last things to survive. I've lost just about everything else, as you can see. I do have a fair amount of infantry. Those infantry are very weak. They only roll d4s, but when you pile 12 or 16 of them together, they might, do some damage. You see here where I've got her snowman heavy infantry in a bit of a crossfire. I put a lot of gunfire into them, but I could only knock down 3 of those figures. They are some tough infantry. Over here on my right wing, well, you're looking at my right wing. All I've got left are 4 infantry there and those 2 mortar guys, and now they are being counterattacked by polar bear heavy cavalry that has definitely turned the tide over there on Santa's left and is now caving in the Russian right. Misha, what did you do with your right wing, man? Where did you put it? I think you lost it. You may have mislaid it somewhere because it's just gone. However, that light up Christmas tree, that is the objective. And I've got figures now within 2 movement phases of reaching it and taking it. So if I can reach that light up Christmas tree and take it for a turn, the Russians might actually win the game. So again, I'm definitely losing on figures, but the Russians are, God forgive me for saying this, actually pretty close to winning this game. Alright, here we are continuing with Santa's turn 3. Those polar bear heavy cavalry are in full counterattack mode. They've absorbed the big Russian attack on their wing, they've completely destroyed it, and now they're surging forward to break the Russian right wing and pretty much roll it up. Again, the polar bears count as heavy cavalry, so they roll d8s versus my d4s. Yeah, who's going to walk away from that get together? Jen is tired of taking losses from my mortars, it seems. She's going after my indirect fire assets. It's not a bad play. Russian artillery is always pretty scary, and they can pretty much hit anything on the table. Polar bears versus people, especially when the polar bears have that completely adorable look on their face. Who wants to shoot at them? I can't beat a 7 with a d4. I don't even know why I rolled that dice. It's not going to go well. Again, I can't beat a 5, so there goes another figure. Oh my god. Misha, you have lost your entire right wing, man. Your whole force is down to 1 figure. Look at the way he's holding his weapon. He's either, either surrender, run away, or just in his pants. He needs to pick one of those 3 options. It's definitely not good. Okay, there's 1 polar bear left. He can't really, he has to shoot through Justin to hit him, so instead he'll shoot at these other infantry over here. Oh, even with the 2, he still scores a hit. Nice. Alright, so now what is Justin himself going to shoot at? Of course, Justin can see that guy. Justin is a hero, he gets to roll a d10, he rolls a 4 with a 3. Okay, so Justin does score a kill and breaks the last of that Russian infantry. There is literally 1 Russian figure left over there on the right wing. Okay, so the rest of all those polar bears have now gone. We've got some the sad remnants of her snowman light infantry and the smaller figures. You never know, with d4, she'll probably score a couple more hits there. Up, that's a tie. So 3 versus 1, that's a hit. Yeah, this fight's a little more even. 1, I can't lose against a 1. All right, so those last 3 smaller snowmen have now fired with their magical snowballs. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the rest of this turn off camera. But honestly, I think we've pretty much done everything. I think she saw us to fire some of those heavy snowmen. She also may want to redeploy them a little bit. Because on that flank, yeah, she's got that flank pretty much wrapped up. But over here, I'm only 2 movement phases away from reaching that light up Christmas tree, which again is the objective on the table. All right, beginning of Russian turn 4. I've got 2 damaged pieces of armor left. You can see where I am now swinging around. I can't move through enemy units, so I kind of have to move around them. It is taking up a little bit of extra time. It's elongating my movement. However, as you can see here, that T-55 is within 1 turn of basically winning the game. If I reach that Christmas tree, that light up Christmas tree, and hold it for a turn, that's it. No matter how many figures are left or not left. That's the oh, good job there, Paul Bunyan. Put the tree back up. There we go. So that's the good news for me. The bad news for me is that you see the little red dice on both those vehicles. Both my T-55 and my BMP-1 are damaged, so they only require one more hit to knock them out. Nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and start shooting here. Oh, and my T-55 scored one hit and tied on the second one, so I only scored one hit on that. All right, we're going to go ahead and do some more. Okay, these are the BMPs now shooting, or the BMP now shooting with my... Boom, there's another figure. So is there a flamethrower in that BMP? Holy crap, that BMP just cleaned out the rest of that heavy infantry there. There's one heavy infantry left and a 3 sad remnants of light infantry there. I've pretty much shattered Santa's right wing. There's nothing left. Santa himself might save the day, or Justin might sort of swing his whole wing around 20th Main style to outflank me as I outflank Santa's center. Say that 10 times fast. Ooh, there's another tie. Oh no, that's not a tie, that's a hit, sorry. And here we go with some more gunfire. Damn, dude, the Russians are pissed all of a sudden. Okay, that's a tie. The snowman survives that. 4-4, another tie. They're holding on grimly. There's only 2 of them left. Guys, that light infantry started off with, I think, 8 plus 8 plus 6. Oh, survives that. Okay, they're now down to 1 figure. 1 infantry light snowman left. So, wow. That's the end of Santa's right wing. He's got 1 figure left. I've got a damaged tank, a damaged BMP, and a bunch of infantry within striking distance of that tree. So Christmas may legitimately be in peril. First of all, congrats to Misha the Battle Bear for coming the absolute closest anyone has ever been to actually winning one of these North Pole attack games. So we're looking here at Santa's turn 4. We're pretty much seeing everything that's left. I've got 2 pieces of armor and a little bit of infantry. We've got Justin and about half of his Polar Bear Heavy Cavalry Brigade swinging around to sort of restore the situation in the center and on Santa's right wing. We got Marine Corps toys for Tots Bear peeking through the tree line, taking a shot on that BM-21 rocket launcher, supported by Polar Bear Brigade Commander and one of his buddies. You can see where they've got the Grodd in kind of a crossfire there. Apparently Jen is tired of taking Russian indirect fire. I'm assuming she's going to take a shot on that last mortarman over there and some more shots at that poor Grodd. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. All right, so yeah, we'll start off on what's left of Misha's right wing. So the Polar Bear is going to try and take a shot on that mortar, and 2-2, the mortar is left. The mortar survives. So a tie is a win for the defender in this game. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and take some shots on that vehicle. 1-7, hell no, the vehicle survives. Okay, Marine Corps Bears. Marine Corps Bear going to do anything. 4 versus 4, again, a tie. That Grodd, apparently those aluminum doors are bulletproof. Who knew? Okay, over here to the shots that actually matter. So we've got one last light infantryman doing a Tiananmen Square there against the last Russian tank. He's just standing there in front of the tank like he's going to stop it by himself. You never know, he rolls a d4. 3 versus 9, no, he doesn't do it. No worries, there's a lot more powerful support units that are coming in. He's got 3 Polar Bears, heavy cavalry that are going to try. So Jen's going to start making her rolls. 7-7 is a tie. The Russians are getting a lot of ties. The Russians are hanging on by their fingernails. Okay, 6-5, boom. He was already damaged, so a second shot does knock him out. One of Justin's heavy Polar Bear cavalry there knocks out the T-55. 6-6, another tie. Now she's working on the BMP. So all the Polar Bears have now fired. It's down to just Justin. A D10 versus my D8. Boom! Justin personally knocks out the BMP-1. Poor Miss Serena there. She's out of gas. Okay, so that's all the Russian armor that was threatening the Christmas tree objective there. You see it there with the Christmas lights. So this might crawl on to turn 6 because I'm not going to reach it on turn 5. The immediate threat is gone. All I have left now are infantry, which were a little bit further away. So we'll finish up and come back for another update. All right, Russian turn 5 is now complete. So I fired all 7 of my remaining infantry. I knocked down one of Justin's polar bears. The polar bear brigade commander is now knocked down. It was the Grod that did that. You see his rockets turn sideways. And then I rushed forward with my 7 infantry here, trying to reach that tree. Now, in the North Pole Defense Force movement phase, Jen was able to move Justin and 2 of his remaining polar bears, block that road, and hold the tree for 1 more turn. I'm going to be honest though, I've got enough movement on Russian turn 6 to outflank that position and take that tree anyway. But for now, let's see what happens with this Grod. The first thing we're going to do is one of those polar bears, the last polar bear there on the riverbank. Only rolls a 2, but I roll a 1. Holy crap. Even with a terrible roll, Jen manages to get lucky and score a hit on that Grod rocket truck. So we're going to go ahead and mark the hit. Okay, now we got Marine Corps Toys for Tots Bear hiding in that tree line. He's a hero. He rolls a D10, and I only get a 3. So that's Marine Corps Toys for Tots Bear. That's his 2nd kill of the day. He got the BMP-2 that just wouldn't freaking die earlier, and now he's taking out the Grod. Alrighty. So now we're going to resolve some of this close assault battle here right in front of the tree. So polar bears count as heavy cavalry. They roll D8s versus my D4s. So far I've lost 2 figures. And now we've got Santa, a D10 hero. Only rolls a 2, but I only roll a 1, so Santa gets another casualty down. Alright, so now I'm down from 7 to just 4. Pretty much the whole Russian force is just 4 infantry. Which I will outflank and take the tree. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold it though, because there's a lot of firepower that's going to be able to counterattack it. Especially since I've lost most of my artillery support. I have, of course, lost that Grod. You guys saw Marine Corps Toys for Tots Bear, just take him out. As far as support goes after that, I think all I have left is, yeah, that one mortar guy way back there, which by some miracle has somehow survived. He only rolls a D6 though, so I'm not really sure how much good he's going to be able to do. North Pole Defense Force, turn 6. One way or another, it ends here. So I've taken my turn as the Russian player. I fired everything I had. It wasn't much. I missed with everything. No worries. Like I said, I outflanked Justin's position, and I'm now in base-to-base contact with the objective, with that light-up Christmas tree. So if any Russian figures remain in base-to-base contact with that tree at the end of this turn, I will have taken the objective and held it for 1 turn. Anything remains in base-to-base contact with that tree, the Russians win and Christmas is ruined. However, of course, she's clearly encircled me and cut me off. Even Toys for Tots Bear is going to get a corner shot between these 2 trees, shoot over Justin's shoulder. He's going to get a -1 for that. Last fire phase of the game, guys. Let's see if she can pull it out. All right, we're going to start with some dice work with Justin's polar bears. They are considered heavy cavalry, so D8s. 3 to 2, that's 1 Russian down. Another polar bear. I can't beat an 8 with a D4. So we've got 2 of Justin's polar bears have both attacked. They both scored hits. 2 Russians down so far. Justin is considered a hero. He gets a D10. I can't beat an 8 with a D4. So down goes the guy with the tracksuit. There's 1 guy left. Hero of Mother Russia. Can he do it? Now the guy taking the shot now is Marine Corps Toys for Tots Bear. -1 off his roll. He has to shoot through trees and past Justin's shoulder. Even applying a -1 though, I cannot beat a 7. So the last Russian infantry is smoked. Santa is going to take his shot against that last Russian mortar crew. 4 versus 1. That does it. The Russians are now officially tabled. The Russians have lost their very last figure. There is not a single operational unit left on the table. To be fair, the North Pole Defense Force doesn't have very much left either. A lot of units have been wiped out totally in place. We're looking at Justin. I think he's got 3 polar bears. The Marine Corps Toys for Tots Bear is left. And Santa. And that's about it. 5 figures is Santa's whole force now. So yeah, we're doing a quick survey to see what's left. Wow, that was, in the words of JR, that was a slobber knocker, man. That Fortunately, it's Christmas, it's at the North Pole, it's a magical realm. Everybody, friends, foe, casualties, survivors, everybody comes back to Santa's workshop for magical hot chocolate and marshmallows. It heals you back 100%. Everybody apologizes. It's all good. But in all seriousness, Misha, good job. You came damn close. You did reach the objective. You did have this game won for about half a turn. If any of those Soviet infantry had survived to the end of that fire phase, that would have been it. And honestly, Jen only had one figure left to take a shot at him. So that's going to wrap us up today, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Have a wonderful new year. Let's all hope that 2023 turns out a little better than 2022 did. I know, it feels like we say that every year now. But in all seriousness, Tango Mike, be safe, and happy holidays.